The coronavirus crisis
is currently the world's most contagious virus.
Should the coronavirus grow into a pandemic?
We're dealing with clearly an emerging infectious disease.
The Prophet ﷺ has taught us that whenever a plague, whenever something like the coronavirus takes place, he advises as Muslims that if you're in a town or a country where there is a plague or a disease of such, then you do not leave that town and you do not go to the place where it is. But then he also tells us something like coronavirus, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala causes such things to happen in the world as either a punishment or a mercy from Allah. Let's learn the call, the warning from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's put that into our lifestyle. We can have all the wealth, all the money, all the property, all the health, and Allah can take it like that if we misrepresent the position that Allah has given us as a human being. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Who is Who in America. Today we are very blessed to have with us in Al Hikmat studio Hafiz Muhammad. And Hafiz Muhammad is a civil engineer. He's a Hafiz al-Quran. So Hafiz is not just his name, but he has memorized the entire Quran. He's an engineer, he's a businessman, and he's a very ideal example for people in today's time with a blend of his spiritual lifestyle and his business profession. So welcome to the show, Hafiz Saib.
Thank you.
Join Al Hikmat Dawah services for a 10-day Umrah in Ramadan 2020 from May 2nd to May 12th, 2020. Average cost is $3,000. The group will be led by Shaikh Shafayat. For more details, you can contact Al Hikmat Dawah services at 954-986-0158 or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com.
In the Quran, in chapter 5, verse 67, Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhar Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik, wa illam taf'al, fama balagta risalatahu. Very deep. Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to spread the message of the Quran. And he told the Prophet, and if you do not spread the message, you did not fulfill the mission of the messenger. So you and I are followers of the Prophet ﷺ. If we can afford one Quran, help us join in distributing the Quran. So if you can't afford one Quran, do it. $3. 10 Quran, $30. 100 Quran, $300. Now, I would like to share with our audience and I would like you to share with the audience, because this is very unique to have someone like you. There are not so many Hufaz who have a background like you in such a very dynamic way. So let us know a little bit, Hafiz Muhammad, about your background. Presently now you are the president and the founder of Khan Builders.
Yes.
You're a construction management expert, right?
Yes.
You have worked with a company before that did a lot of major construction here in Florida.
In South Florida area.
What
yes.
company was that?
I have worked with Current Builders. I have worked with Moss and Associates. I have worked with A&F groups. All these companies, worked in South Florida and nationwide also.
So what are some of the projects you all did?
With Current Builders, I have did a lot of apartment, residential, condos, mid-rise buildings with them. With A&F Group, I have done hospitals. I also have done with them storage facilities, commercial buildings, industrial buildings. With Moss and Associates, I have built a terminal, cruise ship terminal at the Port Everglades facility. So I have done that. And then with Moss and Associates, I also have did the crane rails project with them as well at the Port Everglades facility.
And together with all of that, you are a Hafizul Quran. You have memorized the entire Quran. And this is what is so unique. And this is what I want the viewers to admire in your career, that you are not only someone who have memorized the Quran, but you lead Salah, you lead Taraweeh Salah, you still lead Fajr Salah on a daily basis in the masjid, and you still find the time by Allah's guidance and mercy to keep into this career and your engineering profession. A little bit on your background, your origin. What motivated you to become a Hafizul Quran? What motivated you to do engineering? And I'm asking you these things because whatever you say will be a motivation to other parents, to other viewers out there worldwide, and of course our program is viewed worldwide.
Right.
You will be able to motivate people throughout the world as to how you can be spiritually connected as well as technologically connected, business-wise, etc. Unfortunately, today we live in a world where people are very extreme in business, no time for masjid, Quran, and Islam. Or you have some people who are extremely busy in that and have no clue of what goes on in the real world. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But here you are, an ideal example. Ideal. So tell us about your background. What motivated you, either one, to be a Hafiz or be an engineer, whichever one you want to start with.
So, alhamdulillah, with the mercy of Allah, when I was little, my parents, alhamdulillah, they came from Saudi Arabia during that time to Pakistan. So, alhamdulillah,
So your parents lived in Saudi Arabia?
In Saudi Arabia, yes.
So where were you born?
I was born in Karachi, Pakistan.
Okay.
And then I moved to Saudi Arabia for about 2 to 3 years, and then my dad got the retirement and he came back to Pakistan.
Oh, so when you were born, your dad was working in Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia, yeah.
Interesting. And what was your dad doing there?
He's an aeronautical engineer, so he was working for the Saudi Arabian Airlines.
Your dad worked for Saudi Arabian Airlines for how many years?
He worked for them 20 years.
Wow. So he travels free with Saudi?
Yes.
Till
he does.
today?
Till today, yes. He does.
travels free wherever Saudi Airlines go.
He and my mom, both of them.
Wow, they're very fortunate.
Alhamdulillah.
Subhanallah, subhanallah. That is unique.
Yes.
So your dad was living in Saudi Arabia. I mean, not living, but working.
Working.
And living.
Yeah.
Back
during
and
that
forth,
time.
Pakistan, Saudi
Right.
Arabia.
Right.
And you were born in Karachi.
In Karachi, Pakistan. Yes.
Good.
And then, he would have worked over there longer. But my dadi, my dad's mother, so my grandmother actually got very sick. And during that time, so my mom, she left from Saudi Arabia in 1985.
Yeah.
She came to Pakistan because, to, basically help my dadi, my grandmother. And after that time, when she was getting very ill, my dad also moved, got the retirement from Saudi Airlines, and he, came back to Pakistan and lived over there.
Okay.
Basically with my mom, with my grandmother, with my mom, and my granddad, So, they were all living, so he moved back. And during that time, my uncle, Hafiz Abdul Hasib Khan, he memorized the Quran also. So he's the first Hafiz in our family. So my dad, he's being the eldest brother among all the brothers and sisters, he made me Hafiz also. So, when he saw that, my uncle is Hafiz, his younger brother is Hafiz, and he wanted somebody else. So he said, why not, I start in my family. So he, I was a little kid. I was only 5 years old during that time. So I went to, he put me in the madrasa in Pakistan called Iqra. And I went to that madrasa over there in Pakistan to learn the tajweed, the qaida, and I was a little kid at that time. I wasn't I want to become a hafiz or this or that. A little kid, 4, 5 years, 6 years old kid. They don't know. So I, alhamdulillah, there was a blessing from Allah. So my dad put me in the madrasa, and I became hafiz full time over there.
In Karachi.
In Karachi.
Good.
Pakistan,
And what year did you move to the United States of America?
I moved to United States in 2001.
2001.
2001.
And how old were you then?
12 years, I believe. Between 12 and 13, I was.
Yeah. Interesting. I love that.
Yeah. So
you came here at a very interesting age, before you were a teenager, actually.
Before, because from 13 you become teenager, right?
Yes. Okay, so you came here.
Right.
And what happened next?
Just went to school from there, high school. And then the thing is that why the next question, why I wanted to go into the construction in the engineering field.
Why you wanted to become an engineer. So you became a hafiz because your dad wanted you to be a hafiz in the family.
Yes.
MashaAllah. And now what motivated you?
So what happens that, back home in Pakistan, my dad's school friend, when they were kids. So my dad's school friend, Iqbal uncle, he was a civil engineer, and he used to own his own company called Naik Muhammad Construction in Karachi. So when my dad came,
I like that, Naik Muhammad Construction.
Naik Muhammad, that was his name, Muhammad Iqbal Naik. So he
what a bahut neek kaam karte the.
Yes.
He would only do a lot of good neek work.
Right.
Good.
So my dad, when he moved to Pakistan, my dad wasn't doing anything, but alhamdulillah, when he got retirement from Saudi Arabian Airlines, he got a lot of cash payment from Saudi Airlines. So he had a lot of stuff, and then he went to my his friend, Naik Muhammad. So when he went to Iqbal uncle,
I like that name. I have never heard
Naik
anyone with the name Naik Muhammad.
Naik Muhammad, yes.
Is he the only person you know with that name?
Yeah, that's the only person I know with the
Muhammad
Iqbal.
We'll say that's a very good name.
Yes. So he went to him, and then he said, Iqbal, I want to do something. And Iqbal uncle said that, you came from Saudi Arabia, you were living such a good life over there, you cannot live in Pakistan and do work over here. There is no way. My dad said, no, I want to do work. So Iqbal uncle said, okay, you know what you do? look, I have a construction company. We do big projects. Iqbal uncle used to make a lot of big high-rise buildings, apartment buildings, and hospitals also. So during that time, there was a hospital going on in Karachi, and Iqbal uncle was building that hospital. So, and Iqbal uncle used to buy blocks. Over there, it's a block masonry construction in Pakistan. Is exterior walls and interior walls all made of blocks, masonry blocks. So Iqbal uncle used to buy the blocks from outside.
Yes.
So Iqbal uncle said, hey, why not? You have money, we have construction. Why not we put a manufacturing plant to make blocks over here? We sell the blocks to the outside construction companies and people, and we use our own blocks in our construction also. We will save money also in that way. My dad said, okay, we'll do that. But how are we gonna make all these blocks? He said, right now in the whole Karachi, there is no one who makes machine-made blocks. Everyone makes with the hands,
yes,
basically. So why not we bring the machines from Germany and put a plant over here, and we make machine-made blocks. So if other people making 10 blocks in, let's say in 5 minutes, we're gonna make 100 blocks.
Right.
So my dad said, okay, no problem, let's do this. So machine came from Germany. My dad started the business of company called Mechano Blocks. Mechano Blocks because it was a machine make block, so
right,
Mechano Blocks, so he made that block company.
I like that.
So so since my dad came like until the time he came to America, like in 2000, from 1989 to 2000, my dad used to make blocks in Pakistan. So
wow,
I used to.
So he opened a factory.
He opened a factory over there.
Machine-made blocks.
Machine-made blocks, yeah.
So from an aeronautic engineer, he is doing business now.
Now he's doing the mechano block business with his
yes, with his friend, and the money he earned
in Saudi Arabia. So he spent in the block factory
with Saudi Airlines.
With Saudi Airlines,
good,
right? So he, so I was a little kid. I used to go to Mechano Blocks and see, how they make the blocks.
So do you guys still own that factory
in Pakistan?
Yeah.
Yes, it still is running.
Yeah, that is interesting. That is interesting.
So we used to basically, I used to go to the blocks over there. Used to play cricket. It was a big, huge land, 5-acre land over there. So I used to play cricket, with the labor and with the supervisor over there. And then my dad used to take me to the construction sites also. So from that point, when I came to America, I used to see like big buildings, nice and clean roads, and such a good. I was like, okay, you know what? First, I wanted to like become a doctor, and then I was like, no, I already saw construction. And
so bottom line, you guys were very progressive in Pakistan. As an aeronautic engineer from
right,
Saudi Arabia, your dad.
Right.
Now he has his factory making blocks.
Making blocks.
And listen, people are always building.
Yes.
So I can just imagine what's going on. And you're talking about the factory is still in existence till today.
Yes.
So how many years now are we talking about?
Since 1989 to now, 32 years. Now.
Wow,
Yeah.
but that is so that block factory is not only making blocks, it's probably making money.
Yes, it's making money, yes.
I like that. I like
making
that.
money, yes.
It's making a lot of money, not only blocks, it's
Yeah.
making a lot of money. And this is an important point because religious background and think about what's going on. So it's a good blend.
Yes.
It's a good blend, yes. So then you came to America.
Yes. And then after that, went to school, and then after went to college, decided to study civil engineering, construction management.
So you want to share with our viewers what college, what school you went to here in America?
When I came
Did you come direct to South Florida?
South Florida, yeah. That was because my dad, got a job over here. So
in the same aeronautic business.
Aeronautic business, right.
Interesting.
So so when I came.
So what exactly that did in the aeronautic field?
So in Saudi Arabian Airlines, my dad, he was in the power and frame mechanical shop. So he used to run that shop over there for Saudi Arabian Airlines. He was a general foreman over there.
Okay.
And then he, after general foreman, he became engineer 1. And then when he graduated, he was a GM. General manager of the shop.
In Saudi Arabia.
in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Right, for Saudi Airlines.
For Saudi Airlines, right.
Wow, that, listen, and in those days, being an aeronautic engineer with Saudi Airlines in Saudi Arabia, you're already top. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, that is big, that is big. Remember, you know, people traveling and flying so much in the recent years. Yeah, that has become common. But 40 years ago, 50 years ago, that was not so common.
Right, that's,
So when you were there in that kind of position, you were really unique. Yeah, your dad would have been very unique.
Yeah.
All right, so we back down here to South Florida, and you came to South Florida, and what school, what college?
So I came to middle school, went to Olson Middle School in Dania Beach, and then from there I went to MacArthur High School.
Okay, MacArthur High School.
From MacArthur High School, I went directly to FIU, Florida International University. So
Yes.
I went there 4 years. I did my undergrad, bachelor's, then I did my master's from there. And then, you know, after my undergrad, I got a job in construction.
So you learned, and that's where you got your degree as an engineer.
Yes.
And in the meantime, in college, in middle school, high school, university, you're still maintaining your status as a Hafiz al-Quran.
Yes, of course.
You see, this is what's very interesting here
Yes.
to our viewers worldwide. You know, we have a lot of engineers, you have a lot of doctors, you have a lot of lawyers, but you really don't have many like you. A Hafiz al-Quran who leads Taraweeh every year, and you have been leading Taraweeh for how many years now at the Darul Uloom Islamic Institute?
19 years.
19 years. This
my
is almost
19
20 years. I mean,
Right.
19 and 20 is like nothing nowadays.
Yeah.
And so during your college days, your university days, you have been doing that consistent, huh?
Yes, every year.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
interesting. And you also lead Fajr Salah
Yes.
while going to school, while going to college, while going to university. This is a great lesson for a lot of our people there who are in what we would like to call the dunya. And they believe you got to only make the dunya. And if you're making the dunya, you and the dunya are alone, and you have no time for masjid. And here you would keep the memorization of your Quran going. You would lead Fajr Salah, which is one of the most difficult salah in the day, if not the most difficult salah, you know, for most people. I mean, for some people, Dhuhr can be difficult based on your geographical settings.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, it
But
is.
here in America, Fajr is really a difficult salah. And as a young student growing up, you have been there, and you were not only attending Fajr Salah, but you were leading Fajr Salah. Yet you are in your profession and your career. That's a lesson that our viewers out there and our people in the world nowadays need to really ponder over. You really don't have many people like that. And that's why we wanted you on Al Hikmah TV to share this experience. Because sometimes, Hafiz Muhammad, you know, if I were to tell people that on the mimbar in a lecture, they will say, yeah, that's talk. It goes through one ear and it comes through another. You see what I'm saying? If you tell some of our scholars and our hufaz that you can have that kind of ability and maintain both your akhirah and your dunya, people will think that is impossible. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
And here you have lived it as a young man, and you're still a young man. You're a very young man. And you have achieved all of this, worked with so many fantastic engineering companies, and I know I've seen you at the Memorial West
Memorial West
Hospital,
right.
at Hollywood Memorial Hospital.
Yes.
I have been to the port in Everglades,
Everglades, right.
where you guys built this terminal.
Right.
You know, I mean, that is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. That is really, really, really unique. And I thought that it will be a blessing, a form of education for people out there in the world to literally hear someone like you share this. You don't have many people sharing these things. You know, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's what Al Hikmah TV is all about. educating people, reminding people, so that people can learn and be a better people, motivated. Be motivated, actually, because you may hear that kind of lecture, but living it is not very easy, and you have lived it in today's time. So now you worked in some companies, college, university, graduate engineer. Tell us a little bit about, well, you know what, I think we should go on a short break, a short commercial break, before you tell us about your present operation on your cans builders. Is that the name of the company?
Yes, it is.
You are also the general, the manager of another, of Crescent
Cleaning company.
Crescent Cleaning Company.
Right.
Right, so that is phenomenal. You are not only an engineer, but you're a businessman. You see what I'm saying? So we got to go on a short commercial break. When we come back, I would like you to share your ideas and what made you open your own engineering company or your own construction company or your own can builders, what it is, what you do here in South Florida, and how you keep busy into that, as well as your Hifzul Quran and your Salah and your being a Hafiz and a little bit of your religious Islamic commitment, inshallah. So stay tuned. When we come back after the short commercial break, inshallah, we'll continue our conversation with Hafiz Muhammad, the president and founder of Khan Builders, a civil engineer, a Hafizul Quran, and not just a Hafizul Quran by name, but someone who leads Taraweeh every year, consistent with leading Salah. So he lives an ideal life with spirituality, business, engineering, etc. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Join Al Hikmat Dawah services for a 10-day Umrah in Ramadan 2020 from May 2nd to May 12th, 2020. Average cost is $3,000. The group will be led by Shaikh Shafayat. For more details, you can contact Al Hikmat Dawah services at 954-986-0158, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com.
Praises are due to Allahu Allah. All praises are due to Allahu Allah. Allahu 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 Allah. Allahu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. If you would like to dedicate copies of one of these publications as Sadaqah Jariyah, continuous blessings for your parents or dear ones who have passed away, or fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah, please give us a call so we can place your names on these dedicated publications. You can call us at 954-986-0158, or you can also visit us at www.alhikmat.com.
Allah is the creator of different faces. Allah is the creator of all races. Allahu, 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 Allah.
In the Quran, in chapter 5, verse 67, Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhar Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik, wa illam taf'al, fama balagta risalatahu. Very deep. Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to spread the message of the Quran. And he told the Prophet, and if you do not spread the message, you did not fulfill the mission of the messenger. So you and I are followers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we can afford one Quran Help us join in distributing the Quran. So if you can't afford one Quran, do it. $3. 10 Quran, $30. 100 Quran, $300.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Who is Who in America on Al Hikmat TV 24/7 online. Again, it is indeed a pleasure and a blessing to have with us in Al Hikmat studio Hafiz Muhammad, a civil engineer, president and founder of Khan Builders. And before we went on the commercial break, we were talking to Hafiz Muhammad about his background, his family background, why he got into being Hafiz al-Quran and why he got into engineering, etc. And now we would like to continue a little bit with Hafiz Muhammad on his present day-to-day operation. So Hafiz Muhammad Sahib Ji, tell us a little bit now, what motivated you to begin and start your own company? Because as I said before, I know you worked with a lot of companies here, you did a lot of projects. I mean, I've seen some of these hospitals, the terminal, etc. So tell us, what motivated you?
So basically what has motivated me is that I used, working for all these companies and doing the same thing, which I can do also, myself. So
That's very smart.
So I see the economy is really good, especially South Florida construction market. Not even South Florida, I mean even Orlando, Tampa area is also really good right now for construction. So I said, like, why not give a chance? Saved up, some money, and why not give a chance? And inshallah, with Allah's help, inshallah it will grow. And then the Prophet said, if you do business, and then he did business also. So you tijara inshallah and make dua to Allah, inshallah it will
have barakat.
It will have barakat,
Yes,
inshallah.
Course,
so that's what I think, that inshallah, every day in the morning pray to Allah, pray to God, and inshallah it will grow, it will be in there, inshallah, in the market. I see a lot of other people. Naimuddin uncle, I used to do internship with him. He's doing a lot of mashallah, very good with the school board of Broward County, does a lot of school board work. Construction, yeah, he has a big construction company, mashallah. Did an internship with his company for 9 months in like around 2008, 2009 time. And then his brother, actually, one of the greatest motivation for me was his brother.
Yes.
He Tasneemuddin uncle. Tasneemuddin uncle motivated me.
He has been very instrumental in many of the Islamic centers here.
Yes, mashallah.
In South Florida. His company was the company that built a lot of these structures.
Yes, he actually he had a design company, so he designed a lot of those structures, and other companies built those structures based on his
I think he did
design.
some construction work with the Miami International Airport.
He did the designing of the Miami International Airport.
Yeah.
The new terminals of those.
His company was part of that.
Part of that, yes.
Very interesting.
Mashallah, yeah. And he did a lot of other stuffs also. He had a material testing company also, where he used to test material, construction material in his lab. So mashallah, he did a lot of one of the greatest motivation for me was him also in the South Florida community.
And interesting, he was also a Hafiz al-Quran.
He was also a Hafiz al-Quran.
He was a Hafiz al-Quran.
Yes.
And a very well-known engineer.
Yes. It is.
Very popular.
Yes.
He became very wealthy. He was one of the wealthiest man living down here.
That is right.
And he was a Hafiz al-Quran. Could you imagine? You don't really have much of that. Memorized the entire Quran, always involved in Islam. He was very involved. Many masajid, many mosques, he was very involved.
Yes.
He was a big donor.
Yes.
Oh, he gave hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Listen, yes.
He did not give thousands of dollars. He gave hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Do you know something? I remember I went, some center here had invited me to do a fundraising lecture. And this brother was there. So he's a Hafiz al-Quran and he's an engineer. So he was there when I was doing the fundraising for this masjid. And I think he had something to do and he had to leave. But before he left, he raised his hand and he said, Sheikh, whatever everyone put together here today, raise, and whatever everybody in this audience pledge, he said, I'm going to match it.
Wow, mashallah.
Could you imagine? Listen, I'm not telling you what I read in the books.
Yes.
I was doing the lecture and the fundraising. He had to leave. And he said, and listen, he was not there. It's not like he heard the total of collections was
right.
20,000, 40,000, 5,000. No. He left. And he told me before he left, all put together here, whatever you guys raise for this masjid, he will match it. 100,000, 200,000, he will match it.
Mashallah.
I mean, that was his generosity.
That is
how successful he was in his career.
Yes. That's the only reason.
Very successful. Every mosque,
right.
Every charitable work, he was there giving tens of thousands, 50,000, 100,000.
Right.
He was just giving.
That is right, yeah, and that's one of the reason for his success. You know, that he hold his Quran and then he hold his Deen in Islam, and he charited also. You know, he'd give charity, and then
really phenomenal.
And you know, as you know, that Allah said, "You give in my path, I will increase it for you."
But
so Allah increase and put the barakah in his business.
Do you know Hafiz Saab? He's the only person I think I ever met at a fundraising who said, whatever you guys raise here, and he's talking thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, US dollars in the United States of America.
Yes.
He says, I am going to match it.
Yes, that is right, yeah.
And he was a Hafiz al-Quran and an engineer.
Yes.
You see, this is an interesting example, and I'm glad you mentioned his name. That is unique that you would say that he was a great motivator in your life, because you fall right into that category. A Hafiz al-Quran and an engineer.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yes, so you got into your business.
Right. So you know,
I just couldn't just listen to his name and sit quiet. I had to respond in that way with my experience of brother
Tasneem uncle, yes.
Phenomenal, blessed person.
Yes.
Wow, Allah blessed him and Allah gave him more and more and more.
Yes.
And
nobody knows about this. Not a lot of people knows about this. One day, you know, in Darul Uloom, we had a program in Darul Uloom. And in that program, he was there. And you know, he knew me, you know, because he knew me that, you know, I'm a Hafiz over here, and you know, he's being a Hafiz also. So he told me, like, beta, like, you know, when you're being done, you know, with your civil engineering, please, you know, come to my company. You have a job.
Wow.
I will teach you, and I will, you know, give you everything, you know, for the success.
Oh,
he told me
truly?
in that program. He told me that beta, do finish your work, come to my company, and I will teach you everything. You will be the engineer over there, and I will teach you everything, how to do civil engineering. So that was a big, huge motivation for me.
listen, his heart was really, really there. He had a very good heart.
Mashallah, alhamdulillah.
He didn't have to know you to contribute and donate and give.
And that's
he did
why,
not.
And that's why people remember him.
Of course.
Until
of
now,
course.
you know, look, so long ago he passed away, but people still remember him.
And do you know what I admire about him? He was from Pakistan.
He was from Pakistan.
And do you know what about that?
Yeah.
I never, in my experience with him, he did not make a difference whether you're from Pakistan or you're from Arabia or you're from Africa or you're from the Caribbean, Bangladesh, India. It did not matter to him. If you were doing a good deed, he supported you.
Right.
If you're doing a good deed, he contributed to your cause.
Yes.
You know, nowadays, Hafiz Muhammad, there are a lot of people who help people based on their nationality.
That is right.
If you're not from their nationality, if you're not from their mosque, if you're not from their organization, they don't contribute. You see what I'm saying? You know that.
You're right.
They don't contribute. You got to be from their nationality.
Right.
You got to be from their country or their masjid or their organization. Brother Tasneem helped every other masjid.
Yes.
It did not matter which community it was.
That's right. Yeah.
What a blessing. It is so unique that you brought his name up. That is a blessing.
Yeah. So that was his motivation, and then I worked with all these companies. So I was like, why not? I do my own construction. I know how to do construction. I studied for that. I got 10 years, 11 years experience. Why not? I should do it myself.
And you worked
also
with big companies.
Yeah, and that gave me a lot of project management skills, documentation skills, to organize things. How, because in construction, it's very, very important to have organization, to do good business, basically. So it gave me all those things, how to, organize the folders, how to, basically talk to outside, labor, get, those contracts, and all the whole project management skills, all those things. So that's why I opened my own company last year, and alhamdulillah, I got good response from the community, from the people, even from outside people also. From mashallah, from alhamdulillah, white people, they came, and Spanish people, they came, alhamdulillah, getting business, and so alhamdulillah, in our business, we're doing it, construction, and we are also doing designing also as well.
Yes. And your business and your construction company, it does not take you away from your Islam.
No.
You are there constantly and consistently as usual, huh?
Yes.
That is really a blessing.
At least for for Fajr and Isha, I try to do it with Jamaat.
I know.
So I get the Jamaat.
Recently, you have been traveling to the Bahamas regularly. What was that project about?
That was the project for Royal Caribbean Cruise.
Oh.
So I was actually going last year over there in Bahamas. They have island, man-made island. So I was going over there called Coco Key. So I was doing the construction management for them over there in the Bahamas for Royal Caribbean Cruise.
Royal Caribbean Cruise, eh?
Yeah.
What's the name of the island?
Coco Key.
Interesting. Because I know you used to fly across there very regularly, huh?
Yeah, every week. Monday to, they take me on Monday, and then they bring me back on Friday.
Oh, so you stayed across there?
Yeah, I stayed Monday to Friday over there. And I used to come right before Friday Salah.
So did you go across with one of the cruise lines, or you fly across? How did you go?
They have their own charter planes. So I used to take it from the Fort Lauderdale. They have on the side, they have those
private planes.
Yeah, private. So I used to go with their charter planes. It takes me over there to Bahamas, and then on Friday their charter plane comes back and then drop us back over here.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yeah, that was good. It was
I think that is fantastic. Yeah. That is a blessing. You have been there. Allah blessed you, and I'm sure after talking to you on this show and coming on Al Hikmat TV, you're gonna have a lot of people all over America, all over the world, looking at this show, listening to you, and you may get some business.
Inshallah.
Al Hikmat will have to get a commission, right?
Inshallah, of course, of course.
No, but I'm being very honest. People
Of
knowing
course.
that you are Hafiz al-Quran, you have your own construction company, you're an engineer, and your dreams and your experience and your background. I mean, that is phenomenal, unique, and incredible. I think you could really be like another Brother Tasneemuddin in South Florida.
Inshallah.
So what else you want to share about your vision of your company now? Now you told us why you started.
Right, yes.
Right?
So yeah, alhamdulillah, now it started. Already, got construction. We are doing commercial construction and residential construction also. So inshallah.
Oh, residential also.
Residential construction. So inshallah, hopefully within 2 months or maybe 2.5 months or maybe before that, we will start a project in Davie for the whole brand new house on an acre lot. So and already doing.
Is that going to be your own personal one, or is it?
No, for a client.
Oh, for a client?
For a client, yeah.
They're doing some housing development?
The guy, he's building his own house over there.
Okay.
So, he basically hired me to do the construction of the house. So I'm gonna be doing that, inshallah. Then there are other residential projects I am doing already. We're doing commercial project, doing H&R block renovation, basically interior renovation for the accounting firm H&R block. Doing for them also. There are a couple of other projects for the interior renovation of the shops inside. We're doing that also. Future. We're looking towards to get into the school board of Broward County, Miami-Dade County schools also, into the government projects also. That's the future I'm looking into also, to get into the government contracts as well.
That's the way to go, man.
So hopefully, inshallah.
You need to get in contact with Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump.
He's the man in real estate, president of America, when it comes to building and projects and construction.
Yes, Mr. Trump.
And listen, and money just follows him, right?
Right, money.
You never could tell how things happen.
Right.
And he lives right here in
Palm Beach.
In Palm Beach.
Yes. Yeah. So we cover tri-counties also. We cover Palm Beach, Broward, and we also do Miami-Dade County. So that's the construction portion. Also, we do in-house designing also. I have a partner who is a registered architect. So we do in-house, like for example, somebody needs designing of the commercial building or the residential building. We do those also. So a lot of my projects, let's say almost 70% of my projects, they are like design build projects. We are doing the designing also, and we are basically building that also for our client.
Excellent.
And it's a good service basically, because you have one source for the owner. So owner doesn't have to hire outside architect or engineer and hire another contractor. So we give both services in one company.
Shop. You get everything, your whole idea.
Exactly. And then in that way, owner also saves money too as well. Because if you are doing construction, you know what you are designing also.
Yes.
So that's why, so when we design, we know okay, and if you are designing this, this is how much it's going to cost to build this. So it's, basically we're trying to save money for the owners also as well, for our clients.
So bottom line is that as long as a person says, I want to do this, I have a dream.
Right.
This is my place.
This is
what I want. You guys make that dream come true.
We can build it, yes.
You design it, you build it, from A to Z.
From A to Z, right.
Well, Hafiz Saab, time is out. We have been talking again for another 20 minutes or so.
Alhamdulillah.
So it has been a pleasure to have you with us in Al Hikmat Studio, on Al Hikmat TV, which is 24/7 online. And the key point we really wanted to get from you here, as you mentioned, is that bond of being a Hafiz, really. And in being a Hafiz, how you can establish your own business, engineering career, the kind of dynamism, the kind of blessings. And I love the fact that you brought up Brother Tasnimuddin, his name, an example, someone who motivated you. What an ideal personality. Unique.
Yes.
In the world, unique in the world.
Unique in the world.
I mean, I have been all over the world, and he's one of that unique Muslim I have seen, who is a Hafizul Quran, became a multi-millionaire, and did so much community work for masajids and Muslims all over. Listen, that was unique. So we're going to conclude now. What would you like to say? A couple seconds.
Well, alhamdulillah, please, make dua, inshallah, for the business, and thank you so much, for having me doing this. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, it's a good motivation for me to being on this line, that, I do be in Islam also, do my regular Quran and namaz, and do good work, and, do also the dunya work, the business work also, and take it, both side,
Yes.
So, not be on one side, not on the other side. Take it on the side, inshallah, and then inshallah, it's a motivation for me, inshallah.
Balanced in the middle path.
Balance in the, yeah, exactly. And Allah give me, inshallah, more courage to do this, and inshallah, I will be, inshallah, one of them, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Well,
thank you very much for viewing Who is Who in America on Al Hikmat TV 24/7 online. Again, once more, it has been a pleasure to have with us Hafiz Muhammad, who is a civil engineer, a Hafiz al-Quran, and who is living such a balanced life. As we said earlier on, in his Salah, leading Salah at Darul Uloom Islamic Institute, Fajr Salah every day, as long as he's in town. And leading Taraweeh Salah for almost 20 years now, you know, but yet he kept his engineering career, construction company, and is doing so much into his lifestyle. So it has been a pleasure to have him with us in Al Hikmat studio, a pleasure to have you viewing this program, and always stay tuned to Al Hikmat TV 24/7 online. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Praises are due to Allahu Allah. All praises are due to Allahu Allah. Allahu 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 Allah. Allahu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you would like to dedicate copies of one of these publications as Sadaqah Jariyah, continuous blessings for your parents or dear ones who have passed away, or fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah, please give us a call so we can place your names on these dedicated publications. You can call us at 954-986-0158, or you can also visit us at www.alhikmat.com.
Allah is the creator of different faces. Allah is the creator of all races. Allahu, 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 Allah.
In the Quran, in chapter 5, verse 67, Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhar Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik, wa illam taf'al, fama balagta risalatahu. Very deep. Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to spread the message of the Quran. And he told the Prophet, and if you do not spread the message, you did not fulfill the mission of the messenger. So you and I are followers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we can afford one Quran, help us join in distributing the Quran. So if you can't afford one Quran, do it. $3. 10 Quran, $30. 100 Quran, $300.
Join Al Hikmat Dawah services for a 10-day Umrah in Ramadan 2020 from May 2nd to May 12th, 2020. Average cost is $3,000. The group will be led by Shaikh Shafayat. For more details, you can contact Al Hikmat Dawah services at 954-986-0158, or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com. Royal Bengal Trading, importer, exporter, wholesaler of Bangladeshi Indo-Pak groceries and spices. We specialize in various authentic Indian masalas, juices, flours, rices, and spices. We offer exclusive brands as Ocean Pearl, Shan, National, Tilda, Himani, and many, many more. We're located at 36B Coroni Savannah Road, Charlieville, Chaguanas, Trinidad and Tobago. You can call us at 473-4676 or call 476-3117. Email us at wahabdk@gmail.com.
Fens, the single largest specialty retailer of residential and office furniture, consumer electronics, home appliances, and household items in Trinidad and Tobago. At Fens, we offer a large selection of high-quality products, honest and reliable service. We are passionate about serving you, and we're proud of the standard of excellence upheld by our knowledgeable staff, friendly delivery teams, and dedicated customer care associates. Visit Fens First, your friendly furniture, appliance, and electronic dealer since 1960.
Looking for a residential or real estate investment? Unit 1 is a 3-bedroom unfurnished townhouse gated community located in Charleville, Chaguanas, Central Trinidad, 1.5 million TT dollars. 2 Tobago townhouses for sale. Gated compound, being sold furnished, 3 minutes from the airport, and many more. Price listing 1.5 million TT for both units. For more details, contact Sister Fadia Ali at 868-672-4062. 868-672-4062.
सदक़े में आका सारे जहां को दीन मिला बेदीनों ने कलमा पढ़ा ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह तेरे सदक़े में आका सारे जहां को दीन मिला बेदीनों ने कलमा
Join Al Hikmat Dawah services for a 10-day Umrah in Ramadan 2020 from May 2nd to May 12th, 2020. Average cost is $3,000. The group will be led by Shaikh Shafayat. For more details, you can contact Al Hikmat Dawah services at 954-986-0158 or you can email us at alhikmat@alhikmat.com.
In the Quran, in chapter 5, verse 67, Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhar Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik, wa illam taf'al, fama balagta risalatahu. Very deep. Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to spread the message of the Quran. And he told the Prophet, and if you do not spread the message, you did not fulfill the mission of the messenger. So you and I are followers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we can afford one Quran, help us join in distributing the Quran. So if you can't afford one Quran, do it. $3. 10 Quran, $30. 100 Quran, $300.
The coronavirus crisis,
Currently the world's most contagious virus.
Should the coronavirus grow into a pandemic,
They're dealing with clearly an emerging infectious disease.
The Prophet ﷺ has taught us that whenever a plague, whenever something like the coronavirus takes place, he advises as Muslims that if you're in a town or a country where there is a plague or a disease of such, then you do not leave that town and you do not go to the place where it is. But then he also tells us something like coronavirus, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala causes such things to happen in the world as either a punishment or a mercy from Allah. Let's learn the call, the warning from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's put that into our lifestyle. We can have all the wealth, all the money, all the property, all the health, and Allah can take it like that if we misrepresent the position that Allah has given us as a human being.